All right, part of tackling this fuel system is correcting all of this shenanigans that's up under here. So as you can see, we've got a very old fuel pump. Excuse me, a very old fuel filter. Interesting, this seems pretty shiny, but this is the fuel filter mounted under the chassis. You can see it looks pretty old and crusty, and it was being held up, it looks like, by a piece of a ratchet strap like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off this bracket, clean it up, and have all this stuff under here correctly. So let's get started. All right, it just has one 10mm bolt right here. All we've got to do is take that off. And oops, it does have another 10mm bolt right here. The light was kind of blocking that, so let's put the light right here where we can see it. Right here. I just wanted to cut this old makeshift strap off. Okay. Now, the purpose of this strap here, this thing kind of holds all the fuel line and brake lines and everything here. So, okay, so there he is. So what I'm missing is a piece to go from here around the fuel filter into here. I think I can make that. So I'm going to take this over to the wire wheel, and we are going to get this cleaned up. So here's the bracket all cleaned up on the wire wheel. It does have two little rubber pads there. I need to kind of glue one back. Looks like one's coming apart there, but clean the bolts up. So let's fabricate something to make this work. This is the fuel filter Fram G3641 that fits the Comanche. Anyhow, so you've got your flow from the tank. So the tank is on this end and the engine is on this. And once it's all strapped in, it should look like, actually that's upside down, is what it should look like here. So to fabricate that strap, I've got this old cheap aluminum sign. I think I'm going to use this and cut it out with some tin snips and just make me a piece. Okay, basically what I did was I just measured the width of this thing here, made me a couple of lines, and we're going to cut it with these tin snips. All right, you can use an old stop sign or anything you may have laying around. This obviously is going to need a hole up here, and basically you just wrap it around and make some type of device to shove it through here. I've got to make a cut a little notch out there. Okay. Okay, I put a rivet. I put the head part on the inside because I didn't want anything rough rubbing against the fuel filter. We're almost there. Now I've got a little bit of this weather stripping. I'm going to put that in here to get a buffer between that and the fuel filter. Okay, this is the final product. It's very simple. Just put this in here. This will wrap around. Bolt will go through the top, and it has a nice cushion around it that'll keep it nice and stable. All right, this is the final product before it goes into the frame. You see, those are the frame bolts. And basically, you just put it around there and bolt it up. So I've got to cut this. Oh, this is nasty. All right, this is the fuel filter. If I dump it this way, the fluid was clean coming out of it, but if I dump it this way, the fluid is real dark. Look at that. So that tells me that this filter has been blocking a lot of crud, because that's the flow going this way in that tank. So I'm probably going to need to drop that fuel tank. So to drain the tank, all I did was I put a 3/8 fuel line, as you will see right here, on the output of the fuel pump into this 5-gallon tank here. All I've got to do is electrify the fuel pump relay. So this is the fuel pump relay here. You can see it says it right there. And if I take my power probe and put it on this one and send 12 volts, I actually hear it filling the tank up over there, but I'm not going to sit here and hold this down. So I'm going to figure out a way to jump it from the battery and put positive right on. That is a much better way to drain the tank instead of trying to siphon it out through there. Just made me a little wire here, put a blade terminal. I'll shove it down up in there like that. So I have it connected to the battery, and right there, I'll just let that sit for now, and let's go see if we've got anything draining. Oh yeah, you see? So we're gonna let that fill up for a little while. Okay, I think it's ran dry. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this tank. I've taken the hoses off of here. I've already unplugged the electrical connector. You've got 2 hanging brackets, one here and one back there. You screw it. I should be able to lift this thing up and lower it on my transmission jack. It'll be a pain, but it looks like it's not. Looks like it's gonna be easier than the XJ for sure. All right, I got the hoses off the fuel pump. Got it unplugged. Now what I've got to do is take off these filler neck hoses here. It's just a few hose clamps. Definitely not the worst job I've ever done, but messy. Okay, I popped this vent valve out. It seems to be okay. Still rattling. I'm going to pop that one out and take these filler lines off of it and remove the fuel pump. This is the other one. Seems pretty crusty. All right, let's see if this fuel tank's any good. I'm going to take this light, put it in here. Let's see. It looks like this fuel tank is toast. It is full of garbage. Let's look here. Look at all that sediment. Let's see if I can get a better picture. Wow. Bracketed. Well, that's about it for today. I found some pretty strange stuff in the fuel tank when I removed it, but you'll see that on the next video. So y'all have a great day.